communicate with people, the people we meet, the people we interact with the people we have relationships with. Our relationships are built on this, the effective usage of it. And at times we have issues and problems with our relationships. So we use this to resolve our issues, to reconnect with one another, to build a stronger relationship. And how people know us, how we know people, is determined by the use of it. It could define us. We use it to communicate sweet messages. We use it to write thrilling novels, beautiful music, and to convey our deepest thoughts. Today, I'll be talking about words. So with words, what comes to your mind when you think of words? There's a lot of things that come to your mind. But first, let me share a little background story about myself. So I grew up in a family where words like flamboyant, flabbergasted, jargon, and baffled are normal. They're just normal words to me. To others, it could be highfalutin, another highfalutin word actually, but they're normal. They seem big, and they could have sounded foreign or new to you. You could have heard it once or twice, or you have never heard of it until today. But I'm accustomed to these words, because words is something that I love. A story of how much I love words is this nickname that I got in high school. Back when I was around grade 8 to grade 10, I had this nickname. So, right now, as you can see, what am I doing? I'm talking in front of you. I'm walking back and forth. The key word there is walking. Keep that in mind. Now, words and meanings. What do you think of words and meanings? I think of this book. Do you know what book it is? Dictionary. A book of words and meanings. I told you to keep the mind of walking, right? So walking and dictionary. Walking dictionary. That's what I was called. That was my nickname. Aside from human dictionary. Walking dictionary because I can't stay in one place, as you can see. And I hope that's not distracting to you. But yeah, I walked a lot in school. Whenever, obviously I didn't walk around while there's a lesson or a class, that's true. But whenever we had an activity, a group activity, I would be walking back and forth in the class. I still do it up to today. If my group mates from level 3 notice that I move a lot, even though I'm not walking. I have to keep moving. That's how I work. And dictionary because I know a lot of words, I know their meanings. And sometimes I don't even know the words, but since I know a lot enough, I could figure out what's the meaning, depending on how it's used, depending on the sentence. So that's just a small story about how I love words. I'll continue talking about words today. So, with words, there's this phrase that I remember. Use words wisely. So that's exactly what I'm going to share to you in 2 ways. So the first way is to share. Because, well, we're in the digital age, the millennial age, that generation, where we share everything on the internet. Everything. What we eat, what we sing, what we do, if we go out with friends, if we go out with family. We tweet about everything. We tweet about our 3 a.m. thoughts, just because we could. On Twitter, on Instagram. I personally love to talk on Instagram. If you follow me there, I talk a lot. And so sharing. I'm going to talk about how to share words. But I'm just going to go back to the basics. There are 3 words that are really basic, and they're called the magic words. Please and thank you. So please is used politely for a request or a question. And thank you is to show your gratitude to someone for their service, for their gift, or to commend them for something they did. So please and thank you. Please and thank you. Those were ASL signs. As someone who loves words, I also learned several languages, and that's something else. So please and thank you. Simple words, and they're called magic words. Have you ever wondered why they're called magic words? It's definitely not abracadabra, although that word is quite fun to say. Say it with me, abracadabra. Abracadabra. It's a fun word. And supposedly that's a magic word. But please and thank you actually does make people do things for you. Like please. So there's a difference with saying to a person, close the door, and please close the door. Do you see or hear the difference? Do you see how it's more polite or more humane? Because it's as if you're talking to these people because they're your equals. Like, please close the door. You're also considering if they could close the door for you, because they might be busy. So you're asking for please, because you're bothering them to do something. And it's simple. It makes our sentences longer, but makes us a better person just to simply say please. And honestly, you could just say please and point at the door, please. And a person will already know what gesture that meant. It meant that, could you please close the door? So please. In other words, there are other words that I want to share, but these three are important. So thank you. Thank you. Sheshe, kamsahamnida, arigato, mercy, gracias, shukran, enta denta, and salamat. And thank you. So those were different languages to say thank you. Excuse me for being a little nervous and jittery. This is a new group. I did better with my level 3 because I already knew them. So yeah, bear with me. So thank you. It's something we don't really say often. Something we should say often though, because there's a lot of things to be thankful for. So today, I said thank you to Bugay because he helped me with my presentation. That's something that I'm thankful for. I said thank you to Tanya because yesterday she helped me with the speech a while ago. I had no idea I had to talk for the SRC until she called me last night. I was like, what? So I said thank you for that. Because honestly, if she didn't say that, somebody would call me up here at the series, would call me up, Eunice is gonna talk. I'm gonna talk? Wait a moment. So I thanked her because that helped me. And there's a thank you could be used in so many ways, but the best way is to say thank you immediately. That's a lesson my mom taught me. Never put your appreciation to the last of your priorities. No. When you know that you have to appreciate someone, say thank you. Don't think that it's cheesy, sappy, or corny. These are words that motivate people, encourage people. Why hold them back? Share it. Say thank you. Now there's this certain thing that I like to share, no thank you. It's kind of contradicting if you think about it. No, thank you. Why do we say that? When somebody offers their help, we say no thank you. Because it's better to say that instead of saying, I don't need your help. When somebody offers it, it's better to say, oh, no thank you, because it means, oh, I appreciate the offer, but no thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought that you want to help me, but I don't need your help. But thanks. No thank you. There's different, and we can say that some people will be like, oh, I can say thank you in my actions. But sometimes actions are misleading. Honestly, in our day and age, actions are really misleading. Sometimes somebody just wants to say thank you and suddenly you think they're flirting. Sometimes you think that you're doing something nice for a person because you show gratitude, but then they take it a different way. That's why sometimes it's better to just say thank you. Straightforward. And it's easy, and you don't have to specify for it. Simply just say thank you. If a while ago I noticed some of you would say thank you when we ushered you to the seats, I really appreciate those people. You clearly know how to say thank you, even though that was a simple act. That was something that we had to do, but you said thank you for you. So thank you for that. Now, another side from please and thank you, these are basic words. I'm sure you know a lot of words, more words. I actually, a while ago I was reading, at the age of 20, an average person knows 42,000 words. And supposedly now you know a little bit like around the 30,000 words. And then there's the passive ones. I know I'm babbling a lot, sorry. So words. There are words that I told you words that you should share because they're positive words. Now there are certain words that we share as millennials that are not so nice. And I'm guilty for them. I'm sure you're guilty for them. Everyone who's called a millennial is guilty for saying such words. Words that you say that, oh, it's just a word. It doesn't describe my entire being. But you use it. Why use it if it doesn't describe you? If you can't convict to the word that you said, how come? So, excuse me if I'm going to use some harsh words. Let's say you use the term bitch. That's a word that everyone uses. And the level 3 are reacting over there because they never heard me curse, because I never curse at all. That's the most that I'll curse. I'm sorry, sir. But here, they don't tolerate cursing at all. That's why they're all shocked. And I especially don't tolerate cursing. But yeah, this is an example for me to show you what reaction you had. The reason why everyone had this reaction is because I'm not the type of person to use this word. So why did I say it? It was contradicting because I don't use that word. But it's a word that we all use from time to time. Sometimes in your head, sometimes with just your friends. I'm not saying it's a bad word. I'm just saying, if you're gonna say something, then mean it. If you can actually say something mean and not feel guilty for it, then go ahead. But you have to remember what type of words this is. What kind of words you're sharing. Because honestly, the words that you're sharing reflects who you are. You can't like go on and say, oh, they don't know me completely. No. I have these things where you have to show your best impressions in the first impression. Because you never know, you'll never see them again. If they heard you say something mean, and that's the only time they ever met you, they'll just know you as a mean person. That's it. They'll never, if you never cross paths, you're just that mean person that they saw or heard. So these are the words that we share on a daily basis. I'm sure in millennials now, there are nice words. Yes, of course. But honestly, millennials is we're a really negative generation, not gonna lie. We bring each other down more than we uplift each other. It's really sad, which is something that we have to change ourselves. We have to change the words we use, the words we share. The words we share on Twitter. There are some that are really toxic, that's why I stopped using Twitter. There are words that doesn't really help anyone. And yeah, that's your own personal life. I'm not asking you to change, I'm just asking you to take a moment to think of your words. That's all I'm asking. To think of the words that you're sharing. Because it takes time to change everything. So sharing words. Now, another way of using words wisely is to keep words. Keep words. So, let's say you're starting to stop saying words, right? So you're keeping it to yourself. You're keeping the negative words to yourself instead of saying it out loud. Like saying a person that's annoying. You don't say that anymore. You just keep it to yourself because it's not worth it. Why say they're annoying? Because you want them to know they're annoying? Okay, sure. Do you have to say it in a way that's downgrading? Do you? You have to call them several names just to point out you're annoying. There are people like that. I was a person like that. I was. I'm proud to say I wasn't. I'm not anymore. Because as a person of words, I can tell everyone all the downgrading words that I know. And they're more harsh than actual curse words. But I don't use them because I don't have to use those words. I don't have to share those. I keep it to myself. They're just words that I know. I keep them to myself. So keep words. Keep certain words that you don't have to share. You don't have to spread. The gossip you hear, keep it. What do you gain? Oh, you gain that, oh, I know this story. Because we have this thing, we have that fear of being left out. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Because we all want to know what's the latest word of this person. Oh, have you heard this person did this? Like, you can spend your time better than talking about somebody else with your words. Honestly. You can do something better. Words. Keep them. So, there are certain words that you should keep, the negative words. So, right now, you'll be keeping words to yourself. And obviously, if you're keeping those words to yourself, that's going to be toxic to you. So now you're going to keep positive words. The positive words are from the people you hear it from family, from friends. If you heard something like, oh, you're so nice, keep it. If you think it's sarcastic, just keep it. The mean You're nice. You're pretty. You're beautiful. Keep those. Why keep the negative ones? When you see a comment on your post and they say something like, oh, you're ugly, or you're so pabida. Pabida in a sense that means to catch someone's attention. Those words, why keep those negative words? Why keep those? Choose the ones that you want to keep to yourselves. Keep the good ones, not the bad ones. If you're going to keep the bad ones, you know what you do? Here's just a demonstration, okay? So negative words, you keep it to yourself. Positive words, you keep it to yourself. Now your hands are full. You can't really do anything when your hands are full, right? So what you do is, you throw away the negative ones. And the nice ones, the positive ones, you share it back. And your hands are not full anymore. Because you're sharing and you're keeping words. Words are so powerful and we love it so much. We use it every day and yet it seems like it's so small, so simple. Words. Words to keep. Words to keep whenever you want to think about something like this. To help you. Think before you speak. That's how you'll know how to keep words. Let's say, because for your information, I'm 19, so I'm an ate, a big sister. So I don't have little brothers or sisters biologically, but I do have a lot as friends. Of course, as friends, they tend to get on my nerves. Not gonna lie. There are times they're so annoying, they're so irritating that it makes me want to scream and shout. But I keep those words, and instead, I approach them in a different way. I tell them in a nice way to say, whenever someone does something annoying, I'll be like, can you please stop that? Instead of being like, stop it, because that doesn't help anyone. Just makes me look rude, just makes me look like a boss. Think before you speak. It means that you can speak, but in a different way. You can say, I remember, this talk, I was told that I was just gonna talk for yesterday. I wasn't supposed to talk today. Today, I'm not even supposed to be in school. This is not part of my class schedule. But I'm here. And it's my honor, it's my privilege, because honestly, I love to share words, so I'm fine with it. But you know what? I could have said to my teachers, to Miss Jean who called me, I'll be like, I don't want to do this. No, I could have acted out and say, I have the right to not go to class. This is not part of my class schedule. You didn't tell me that I have to do this. I could have said that, but no. I just asked her, when was it? The program. I thought about it first. Instead of going that, because I have that right. As a student, that's my right. Because it was sudden. So think before you speak. You don't always have to keep, it doesn't mean that when you're mad, you don't say anything anymore. That's not the point. It's that when you're mad, you control the words you say. There are times that the teachers would give so much homework, and I just wanna, but no, I don't like go and lash out at them for the homework that they give me. Instead, I'll be like, this is for my betterment. This is for me to grow. So what's the connection of words and career talk? Well, in your career, you need words. And the simple please and thank you. You know what? I've seen the staff, they say please and thank you, and they're in this high authority. And yet, they still say please and thank you. How amazing is that? Because they have the authority to just go, I have, Sir Leovic, for one, he usually has his water bottle, and he leaves it at the office. So he'll ask one of the students, can you please get my water? He could legit just go say, get my water, because he's a teacher. He could do that. He has authority to do that. But no, he says, please. Please get my water. It's amazing, because they have the authority. So why say please? And he says thank you afterwards. Those, so many stories about words. Because words make stories, exactly. So, share words. Keep words. Learn words. Just grow with words. It grows with you. How you use words today, it will there's certain words that you should just continue to use, and some words that Just leave it in the past. Words. The last two words that I want to tell you is thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your time with me.